Good morning. It is nice to see you all. Welcome. I feel like it's been a while since we did one of these because the conference was in there and holidays and all of this. So welcome to the Downtown Management Forum. Today we have Susan Adelizi Schmidt, as well as her college-aged, what do we call them? Gen Z children, Conrad and Lauren, who are both studying communications as well. And I'm sure Susan knows tons about TikTok, but I'm going to say Conrad and Lauren are probably our experts here to share with us. So we're very excited. As I mentioned to some before we got started, this actually came out of the conference. There was some conversation in the chat about TikTok, and people like, I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it either. So we will do a session on it. So welcome, and hopefully at the end of this, or I know at the end of this, we'll all feel a little more comfortable, and maybe we'll start using it for our advertising. So just a little bit for those of you who are less familiar with downtown New Jersey, we are a nonprofit education and advocacy organization. We do a lot of uh, educational programming, including conference and these type of monthly webinars that are going to start to be in person soon. We're finally going to come back person, and that'll be on the next slide. I'll tell you a little bit about that. We have our quarterly newsletter, we have an annual awards, the conference, we do policy watch, etc. If you're not a member, we are a member supported organization. If you're not a member and you like what we do and appreciate it, we would really appreciate you joining to help support our efforts. This is part of a ongoing forum series. You can see all the past forums. You can, for the most part, watch videos, grab PowerPoints. Some of them have full-blown written recaps of all our past forums. Just go to downtownnj.com/downtown-forums. We do ask, if you are not a member of Downtown New Jersey, that you make a nominal donation to support our efforts, because this does take my time to pull these things together, and you can do that at bit.ly/forum-donation. It is not mandatory, it's on our system, but we really do appreciate it. If you're not a member and you appreciate what we do, just give us a little nod of appreciation. Also coming up, this is our first live event in over 2 years. We're very excited. We are going to do an award ceremony. The announcement about the awards and who got them actually went out yesterday. So, you can check out who got the awards and register to come to the event. We will be up in Westfield at the Lions Roar Brewing Company on Tuesday, May 24th. We'll have food and, of course, beer. They also have a hard cider or seltzer thing. So if you don't like beer, that'll be available. And we wanted an opportunity to get everybody together in person, say hi, network. So we'll be celebrating the awards, but a large chunk of it is really just about networking and talking. So we hope you will join us in May. And so without further ado, I am going to stop screen sharing and hand it over to Susan to tell you about what you're actually here for. So all you, Susan.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Let me just get over to my screen. All right, can everybody see that?
Yes.
All right, excellent. So hello, everyone. I'm Susan Adelizi Schmidt, president of Suition Communications Group, and I am just so thrilled to be here with you today to talk a little bit about TikTok and hopefully demystify a little bit about this app. And joining me are my daughter, Lauren, and my son, Conrad, who also are my colleagues here at Suition Communications Group. So Lauren is a certified Hootsuite social media expert. She also is a visual and creative designer. She handles client media outreach here at Suition. Conrad is just a writing whiz. He has a great attention to detail. He also handles our media outreach and coordinates our creative direction for Suition's TikTok. And I am, as I said, the president of Suition. I'm also a Stockton University adjunct faculty member and a corporate trainer. And here at Suition, I lead a team of creative professionals who execute branding, public relations, digital, and marketing campaigns. So Suition's been in business for the past 15 years, and we've been recognized with over 25 national and regional awards. We are a top branding, marketing, and media services agency with the Philadelphia Business Journal's top agency lists, and we are also a certified woman-owned New Jersey small business enterprise. And you probably see our Suition TikTok handle over there to your left. We are on TikTok, and I absolutely welcome you all to engage with us. And hopefully, after today's presentation, you'll be so inclined to get involved on TikTok, and definitely hope that you will engage with us. So we have a ton of information to share with you about this platform, and here's a startup guide to show you what we're going to cover today. So I'm going to start us off with just an overview, and then we're going to get into why TikTok is important. I think you wouldn't be on today if you didn't think it was important, but I think it's really growing in importance in terms of branding and marketing, particularly for downtowns and related businesses. We will take a look at TikTok versus some of the other social media that's out there, the future of TikTok, which I believe is very bright, the demographics that are involved. And I have, of course, the Gen Zs to kind of talk us through some of that. But the demographics definitely are targeting Gen Zs, 20 somethings and younger. We'll give you some direction on how to use the app, and we will also take a look at some case studies. All right, so let's get started with our overview. So if if you thought that TikTok was about dancing videos, you're right. Well, at least that's what it used to be. That's where it started. It started as Musical.ly in 2016, and it since has evolved from that. It's not just dancing videos anymore. It's actually a content creation powerhouse. You can create and edit videos up to 10 minutes in length. I think the range is from like three seconds up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes is in beta right now, but we don't recommend such a long video. Shorter, of course, is better, and I think Conrad's going to touch on that in a little bit. So you can continuously scroll. You're going to see videos from around the world. And what's really cool about this app is that it has music on it that is specifically licensed for TikTok. This was actually one of my biggest questions when I started to hear popular music on the app. I was like, well, how can we use that? Where's the royalty fee? And, if you're using TikTok, the royalties are actually paid by the app. So why is it important to be on TikTok? It has an incredibly large and growing active user base. Over 80 million people are active users. It's now exceeded Google, YouTube, many of the other social media platforms in terms of monthly users, and it was the most downloaded app of 2021. So it's becoming, and I think it already has become, a major player, sixth most used social media platform in the world, and it gives you this wonderful essential connection to brands, and just gives you this opportunity to connect with a larger target audience. It differs from other social media. So unlike other platforms that mainly show user-generated content based on the people they chose to follow, TikTok gives users access content made by anyone on the app. And this happens organically through the For You page. And Conrad and Lauren are going to talk a little bit more about the For You page. But this is really a neat feature that TikTok has on the app. It displays user content based on individual interest rather than those who they follow. You can still follow people and see what they've got going on, but you'll also be able to look at more interesting content outside of the people that you are following. So the projected future, it's looking very bright. TikTok right now is the new kid on the social media scene. It's dominating the social media scene right now in 2022. The Meta platforms, Facebook and Instagram, they've implemented some similar features. They're called Reels. I think Meta is honestly shaking in its shoes when it looks at what TikTok's doing and how much market share it's getting. A lot of the content that you see on Reels now is actually from TikTok. And Reels content cycle is actually far behind TikTok's. Sometimes can be as much as 2 weeks. And there's a little bit less favorable view of Reels, I think, particularly among Gen Zs than TikTok. So who is on TikTok? It's, Gen Zs, as I've mentioned, 60% right now. Gen Zs are dominating, but millennials, Gen Xers, and baby boomers are all following suit. I think this is just going to continue to grow, and all generations are going to, as they understand it and realize how fun it is and how entertaining it is, I think we're going to see a lot more users that are in the older demographic. So they're using it to find entertaining content, to post and share, and to keep up with news. And now I'm going to toss it over to Conrad, and he's going to get into some of the technical aspects of TikTok.
Hi, I'm Conrad. I'm the first of the Gen Z voices that you're going to be hearing from today. So I'm just going to go into a little bit more depth about the mechanics of TikTok, what it looks like on the ground, and really give you a good idea of what creating content on TikTok is going to look like. So to begin, if you wanted to create a TikTok account, you'd have to begin with just any other kind of process like you would on Facebook or Instagram. You'd have to create a username, and your account would be set up similar to any other social media platform. If you're familiar with Facebook, you would have no problem setting up a TikTok account. TikTok has some unique features, one of which is that it allows you to link to all of your other social media platforms, like Instagram, and it allows you to include a link similar to other platforms. And it's important to keep in mind that you want to pick a name that is username, that is easy to remember, but still keeps your brand top of mind. And it's important to keep the old adage of KISS, keep it simple. You want to keep your brand, keep yourself forward, but you still want to be kind of relaxed. Remember that you're dealing with Gen Z. These are internet natives that are very good at picking out disingenuous content, but they also feel very comfortable on the internet. And TikTok, being so heavily populated by Gen Z, tends to be determined, a lot of its trends, a lot of its operation is determined by Gen Z. So Gen Z is very casual. So don't be afraid to kind of let your guard down a little bit on TikTok. And this can start with even just creating your account. So one of the most important parts of understanding TikTok is understanding the For You page. So the For You page is a homepage, it's TikTok's homepage, and it's curated for each user, dependent on their interaction with the app. So the more you interact with videos that TikTok shows you, the more it knows what kind of videos you'd like to watch. So it starts very general. It'll show very popular videos with millions of likes once you're a new user on the app. It'll show you, I don't want to say generic content, but it'll show you very general content. And the more you like stuff, the more you interact with stuff, the more accounts that you follow. TikTok learns what you like, and it gets down to a very granular level, these very microcosmic levels of interest that it understands about you. So the more you interact with the app, the more it understands about you, the more it shows you that tailored content that it knows that you like. And it's a lot different than other social media platforms as well, because on other platforms, your followers kind of determine your engagement. So the more followers you have on Instagram, the more likes you're going to get on your posts. On TikTok, the For You page allows you to disperse your content to potentially the whole world. If you use certain hashtags, it'll show it to more people. It'll appear on For You pages across the TikTok ether, and more people will see your video. So what differentiates TikTok and its For You page is that potentially anybody in the world could see your video, not just your followers. So as I kind of mentioned before, it's a little bit different than other social media platforms in the sense that your interaction with your followers is only one piece of the puzzle. When you're posting on TikTok, most of your TikToks are going to end up on the For You page. And this means that anybody on TikTok, those 80 million users that we mentioned before, could potentially see your video. So you're not just tailoring your content to people who have looked for it, people who have followed you. You're tailoring your content to anybody that could potentially see it. And no two For You pages are the same. Understanding the For You page, or diving a little bit deeper into it, you'll understand that TikTok understands you. It learns about you as you use the app. And there are certain criteria, there's certain metrics that they look at to determine what it is you're interested in. And they want to show you more and more content that you like. So what does this mean for you? This could mean that where you may not have had success, whether you be a business or an organization or even an individual, you may not have widespread success on another social media platform. On TikTok, you may find a niche of people that are extremely interested in what you have to offer. TikTok's granular level of understanding allows a lot of different groups, a lot of different accounts to reach their audience and really permeate that audience. So the legs that the For You page has, it kind of has its fingers in a lot of different areas. So you're able to reach not just a wide, broad audience, but once you've discovered that niche audience, you're able to really saturate that audience with your content. You're able to provide that audience with your content. And it allows smaller accounts, more niche operations to reach people who are looking for that kind of content. So part of the way that TikTok is able to do this is by using their algorithm. So their algorithm kind of becomes this like monolithic phrase when you're talking about TikTok, is the algorithm determines these things, what videos get seen, what videos get promoted. But the TikTok algorithm basically just takes a look at what it is you're looking at on your For You page, what you're interacting with, and it tries to show you more of that. And it also tries to, if you are creating content, promote your content to people it thinks will like it. So the algorithm chooses what a user will see based upon a couple of metrics. We have some listed here. The length of time that you spend watching a video. So if you see a video that TikTok provides you that's a little bit less broad, it might have an idea of what you like and it shows it to you, and you watch it all the way through, TikTok's going to say, okay, I know you like that one. They're going to see how often you rewatch that video. So the more often you revisit a video, TikTok is going to know that you like it, and it's going to show you more of that. Sending to another user, this is a big one. Sharing content is probably the paramount way that TikTok uses to determine how much you liked or how much you enjoyed a certain video. So TikTok makes it very easy to share content. You can share it, you can share a link, you can directly text it to somebody, you can share it through other social media platforms. I know you can do it on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. So TikTok makes it very easy to share. And this is a very important metric that they look at for what you're enjoying. And also, if you're creating content on the other side, if people are sharing your video, that is probably the best way for TikTok to determine that people are liking it, because they're not just scrolling past it casually and liking it. They're liking it, they're enjoying it so much that they're sharing it with other people. And the final element that we have here is whether or not you included a piece of somebody else's video in your content. So if you've taken an element of somebody else's video and used it for your own original content, TikTok looks at that as well. They see what you're interacting with the most and how you're interacting with it, whether that be using a clip from the original video or using hashtags or using the same audio as a previous video. So speaking of audio, audio is a really crucial thing to understand about TikTok. And I know that when you think of TikTok, you think of these trends cycling very quickly, you think of dances, you think of, all of these almost, they're very niche things that it seems like, how do you keep track of all of these trends going on, all of these different things that people are talking about on TikTok. And trends do cycle very quickly on TikTok. But one of the most important things to understand is the audio aspect of TikTok is almost as important as video. And as much as TikTok is a video platform, it's an entertainment platform, it is very much a audio platform as well. So a lot of music has taken off via TikTok. There are some singers that have gotten great acclaim just because of their popularity through TikTok. So audio is a very important aspect. So when I refer to audio on TikTok, I'm talking about the royalty-free music or sounds that are used in each video. And TikTok separates audio from video. So if you record a video, you can extrapolate just the sound and use that, of course, in the original video, but once it's posted, you can use it, or others can just take the audio and create their own video with it. So this is important. TikTok looks at you interacting in that way, but a lot of audio goes viral, and just audios by themselves will go viral, separate from their original video. So this is a great way to stay on trend. A lot of trends on TikTok, I would say a very large percentage of trends on TikTok originate from people taking audio out of context and using it in their own meme format or their own, their own TikTok. So that's a great way to stay on trend and to kind of boost your videos even more. So audios tend to go viral themselves, like I said, separate from their original video. And if you're reaching that niche market that you're looking for, that is interested in your content, using popular audios are also a way it's also a way to reach a broader audience. So once you've kind of saturated the market in that smaller microcosm of people that are looking for your specific content, using these popular audios is a way to broaden even further and reach an even bigger audience. So engagement. When we're talking about engagement on TikTok, this is kind of where we differentiate the app from other social media platforms. So the app does allow you to follow one another, follow other accounts similar to Instagram or Facebook. The app also makes it very easy to like, comment, and share with content as well. So commenting, liking, this is all stuff that we're used to on other platforms. Sharing is very easy on TikTok. I would say it's easier to share content on TikTok than on any other platform. With the press of a button, you can share it across multiple other platforms or via text. And this is kind of where TikTok differentiates. I've kind of alluded to this before, but this is where TikTok is its own kind of creature compared to other social media. So in the past, as I mentioned, with platforms like Instagram or Facebook, traditionally, the more followers you have, the more engagement you'll get on your posts. On TikTok, it's kind of the opposite. So as you create content that gets engagement, the more followers you'll find yourself having. So you could have 0 followers and post one video. It could be a really engaging video. It makes its way to the For You page, and it gets really popular. This is what gets you followers. It's a little bit different on other platforms. Your followers beget engagement. On TikTok, your engagement gets you followers. So it's a little bit different in that regard than other social media platforms. So once you've kind of entered the phase of generating content, once you feel like you're ready to start creating TikToks for yourself or for your organization, I'm just going to walk you through some tips to remember as you're going through that process. So again, you may reach a smaller audience of specifically millennials or baby boomers or Gen X, but primarily the app is dominated by Gen Z. And not your content may reach a smaller audience, but like I mentioned before, kind of the ebbs and flows and the operations of the app are pretty much dictated by Gen Z because they make up such a large population of its user base. So Gen Z being online their entire lives can easily detect disingenuous content. They can detect corporate content. They know when they're being advertised to. They have a fine-tuned instrument in their brain that allows them to pick out disingenuous content. So if you're creating content on TikTok, it's important to remember that you want to remain down to earth. You don't want to seem like you're, it's almost like a teenager not trying to be too cool. Like you want to just kind of be yourself and show what you have to offer on TikTok. So you don't just want to post on TikTok for the sake of it. You want to consider what you have to offer. You don't necessarily need to have the most visually appealing or beautiful, visuals in your TikToks in order to still be relevant. There are plenty of avenues you could take to still seem relatable, even if you don't necessarily have like this TikTok on the slide currently, these beautiful tangible assets to show in your TikTok. There are other avenues you can take. Because ultimately, TikTok users just value authenticity and creativity, and they kind of avoid generic content. And TikTok will reward you for this as well. If you're creating content that is unique and is bringing unique users onto the app, TikTok's going to reward you for it. They like creative content. They like new stuff constantly coming out. So if you have new creative ideas, TikTok will reward you for it with showing you on the For You page and getting you engagement. And your followers and your potential followers will enjoy it as well. So before you begin, we just have a few more tips to keep in mind. Just a few reminders. Like we said, the app will let anybody record between 3-second and 10-minute videos. 10-minute videos are in their beta form right now. They do currently offer 3-minute videos, but we found that it's kind of the shorter the better. We've found that 10 seconds to 20 seconds is the sweet spot for TikTok videos. It allows people to enjoy the TikTok, and we all know that on social media, we don't all have large attention spans. So 10 to 20 seconds we found is kind of the perfect amount of time to let people watch the video and enjoy it and then rewatch it again. And I talked about before, TikTok using that rewatchability as a metric for engagement. So they'll see if your TikTok is being rewatched because it's short enough to be rewatched multiple times, TikTok will see that users are rewatching it and they'll promote it more. So you want to kind of keep it on the shorter side with TikTok, makes it more digestible. It is taboo to post photos. Again, this is one of the main differences between TikTok and a different social media app. There is YouTube, but this is pretty much the first short form video content app, other than maybe Vine that came and went in the past. And it's specifically designed for video. Now, there are certain trends, there are certain areas where you can use photos, but for the most part, especially if you're getting started, video is going to be your best friend, and you're not going to go wrong with video. It's also important to keep in mind your audience. Like I said, you're trying to reach people that are interested in your content. So you're trying to create content that is genuine to you, that displays what you are as a person, as a brand, as an organization. And you want to promote that through TikTok. And it's important to understand that people will like it. TikTok will help you find that niche group that enjoys your content. But keep in mind that anybody could see it. And this is a chance at a first impression. Every video that you make could end up on the For You page and have that first impression on a new group of people. And TikTok is a video app where people come for visual entertainment. Like we said before, the number one thing that people mentioned in why they use TikTok is for entertainment purposes. So you want to keep it light. You're going to catch a lot more flies with honey than with vinegar on this one. You want to keep it light and friendly. People are going to TikTok for levity. So any kind of fun aspect you can infuse into your TikToks while still maintaining your brand presence is going to be king in making your videos successful. So here we have just a recap video.
Let's talk about how
from
TikTok
TikTok
works.
tips, and it just
Today,
recaps some of the points.
We'll find out more about creating videos on TikTok and how these videos reach people all over the world. We know that getting your videos discovered is the big part of what makes it so fun to be a creator. A lot of people ask, how do videos get views? There's no one answer to this question, but here are some helpful points to keep in mind along your journey as a creator. First, the basics. Having fewer followers doesn't mean your videos won't be seen. Even with 0 followers, your videos have the potential to travel to For You feeds and reach people who love your content. Video views tend to vary from one video to the next, so focus on having fun and being yourself, and your videos have a chance at reaching viewers who enjoy what you create. Creating great content is the best place to start, but adding captions, sounds, and hashtags are all ways to help people find the content that they're interested in. Another tip to remember when you're filming: vertical videos tend to do the best on TikTok. Next, when looking at your analytics, remember, no one engagement metric is more important than another. So make a note of high-level trends in your analytics and how audiences are engaging with your content. Video performance extends over a couple days, so give it time. Remember, Anyone can be a creator. We're excited to see how you incorporate these tips to continue making videos that inspire creativity and bring joy to TikTok. We hope you learn a little bit more about how TikTok works, and check out our other videos to learn more.
Now I'm going to pass it over to Lauren, and she's going to go over some case studies and a little bit of a deeper dive into TikTok.
All right, hi, thanks Conrad. Like you said, my name is Lauren, and we're going to get started on creating your first TikTok video. So first, to get started, we're just going to tap that little plus button at the bottom of the screen, and you can record content directly on the app or uploaded pre-recorded content that you've already generated. Because it is a mobile app, it is a little bit more difficult to edit video. So we do recommend, of course, just being very precise, very careful, rewatching your video multiple times before you post it. You want to make use of sounds, effects, filters, or other camera tools to enhance your video. This is a great way to incorporate trends if that's something that you're interested in. And once, of course, your video is recorded and edited to your liking, you can tap the checkmark button and make additional edits and continue to the caption area to add your caption and, of course, your hashtags. Hashtags are very important for TikTok. You can add, like I said, a short caption and hashtags when you create videos. Captions can be overlooked as the majority of the information is usually featured in the video. And hashtags are more so focused on categorizing your video and pushing it out towards the people that are really interested in your content. The most popular hashtags on TikToks are hashtag FYP, hashtag for you, and hashtag for you page. You typically see these on the majority of TikToks. So that's why it's really important to hashtag your brand and generate ideas that are more specific to your organization. So when people search for your content on TikTok, they search for it on the Discover page. This video over here on the right was found by searching just simply the words Newark, New Jersey on the Discover page. Videos that feature the hashtag of the exact name of your brands are more likely to show up first, as well as videos that are more that are top liked, top commented on, and top viewed. And of course, TikTok will tell you which videos are the most commented, liked, and viewed with this little sticker at the bottom of each video that displays in the results. Right, and next is trends. So of course, when we think of TikTok, we think of all those trends that kids do, which they are an integral part of the app, but are not necessary in order to be on TikTok. They are helpful, however, in boosting your content directly to your following, as well as on the For You page to generate new followers. Participating in trends is just the right time can help boost your following and your views, but participating in trends a little bit after they've gone, maybe they're a little stale, really makes your organization seem out of touch. So we want to keep in mind to strike while the iron is hot. In order to keep in touch with trends, also you want to stay up to date just by interacting with the app, just as you would with any other social media. Things move really fast on TikTok, so just keeping in mind that what is relevant right now might not be relevant tomorrow or even next week or in the next few hours or so. So we want to make sure that you are interacting with the app often in order to stay up to date on what is currently going on. And this brings us to advertising on TikTok. This could be its own presentation, as there are a lot of nuances to advertising on TikTok. I did include that link down below, so tiktok.com/business if you are interested in learning more. But right now, we're just going to go over a brief overview of what advertisements on TikTok are. So TikTok does offer an ad manager. Um, it has easy to use tools to create and manage the ads that you generate for TikTok. Ads appear as regular TikTok videos. So they are very cleverly disguised as user generated content. They have all of the same features as a regular TikTok would. So that's the like button, the commenting, the sharing, and a lot of people interact with advertisements as they would just regular user generated content. It might be by accident, or it may be because a lot of advertisements feature influencers that a lot of users recognize in the videos. You have to be a certified business in order to advertise on TikTok. That link down below has more, I saw it was in the chat as well, has more information on the qualifications you need to have in order to advertise on TikTok, but they are very simple and easy to follow. So if you are interested in advertising on TikTok, just check out that link in the chat. And finally, this brings us to creating TikToks for your New Jersey organization. I have some great news for you. There are not a lot of organizations from New Jersey on TikTok at the moment. So this could really make you a pioneer for New Jersey downtowns on the app. So when you search for a particular place, the app will display the most popular TikToks with the name and the city somewhere in the title, caption, and hashtags. Like I said before, you want to make sure that you're always incorporating the name of your location both in the content of the TikTok and also in the caption and the hashtags in order to optimize for when people search for you. You want to look at the most popular results from your town and city to get an understanding of what people find interesting about your location. This could be something that you've never really even thought of before, a hidden gem, really just anything that people find interesting about where you are. Great, so that was our first case study. I apologize, I did not introduce it before it played, but that's totally fine. That was Meet Atlantic City, New Jersey. That account features events, consumer locations, and food establishments around Atlantic City. It also features local and commercial businesses, such as casinos, which are very important to Atlantic City, and the hidden gems around town, which is awesome. There are so many other things to do in Atlantic City besides go to the casino, and this account really highlights all of those local spots. What also makes this account unique is that they use drone footage to show the landscape of Atlantic City as well as the beach, which are two features that really make that location unique. That's something that you want to focus on too when you're creating your TikTok, is to think about what do people like about your location and what might be a few things that they might not know about it. How can we show our spot in a very interesting and dynamic way that maybe some other people have not seen before? So that drone footage is really essential to showcasing their landscape and really providing a different perspective to their account. And this is just breaking down how they operate. So they do highlight local spots and businesses, both inside and outside the essential. This just shows them interacting very often with the app. Like we said before, this is crucial in order to maintain engagement. So the more that you interact with the app, the more it's going to reward you, the more it's going to put you on more people's For You pages. Their target audience are visitors, as well as organizations looking to book vacations and large-scale events at the venues that they have around town. The account emphasizes the experience for individual travelers looking for something to do outside the casino in Atlantic City. There are videos featured on their account as well for the casinos too, but more so focusing on just the entirety of the location and what it all has to offer.
What's up? It's Mike from Pancakes and Protein Shakes, and I'm taking you to my favorite Philadelphia cheesesteak spots in honor of National Cheesesteak Day. First stop, Angela's in South Philadelphia, where Danny makes the greatest bread on the planet, and the fresh seeded rolls hold the go-to combo for cheesesteaks: never frozen beef, Cooper sharp cheese, and onions. Next up is Mike's Barbecue, Mike takes his brisket, covers it in house-made Cooper cheese sauce, tops it with caramelized onions, and that's all held together by a Karanji seeded roll. Lastly, we have Poe's Sandwich Joint, which is tucked away within Human Robot Brewery. Poe is serving up the Uncle Tony with hand-sliced ribeye, house-made pepperoncini relish, orange American whiz, all held together on a seeded roll from Sarcon's Bakery. And that's a wrap. Happy National Cheesesteak Day from your friends in Philadelphia.
All right, so that was case study 2, which is Discover Philadelphia. This TikTok features iconic places around the city, organizations and landmarks, sports teams, and holidays. They highlight what makes Philadelphia significant, including its businesses, history, food, art, and people. And of course, that includes those cheesesteaks. It highlights events that are happening around the city, usually events that are happening more than one day. This is really important to pay attention to, as the TikTok algorithm can circulate videos weeks after their initial posting. So if a event is taking place on one day, that TikTok may circulate long after it has ended. So instead of posting the day of the event, it's important to keep in mind, maybe post some time out before the event, maybe a recap of what went on, or maybe an event that's taking place over a longer period of time. They use popular songs that are relevant to their content. As you heard before, that was Roxanne. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that song, but yeah, they post a lot of content that features popular songs. This also boosts their videos on the For You page. And just getting into breaking down their account as well. They post often, about every few days or so, and they collaborate with businesses and organizations to show an inside look at famous spots like we saw in that video. This account does not promote tourism. It rather showcases Philadelphia and what makes their location unique. So it's really just a big showcase of everything that they have to offer. Philadelphia, like many places in New Jersey, is a very culturally diverse place, and the account highlights diversity within the city and showcases why it makes the city special. The account does not single out a particular business in every post either. Like we saw in that video, they showed 3 or 4 places that fit a particular theme. So video showcased cheesesteaks, and it showed different businesses that offer cheesesteaks at their locations. And finally, here are some items to keep in mind about TikTok. The app, like we said, does reward originality. So we want to make sure that we're not just posting content that we've seen other people regurgitate over and over again. And we don't just want to post for the sake of it. Having a TikTok is understanding what you can offer the platform, not just to be on it. You want to make sure when you're posting to keep Generation Z's views in mind, as they are the majority demographic on the app, and to stay on top of what's relevant by continuously using the platform. When creating content, you want to keep in mind that your audience is not just your following. We have worked with a business in the past that created a TikTok with an audience intended for New Jersey, but the TikTok went viral and we ended up getting a lot of engagement from Australia and Europe. So we want to make sure that anyone in the world can see your content. So you want to make sure that it's being produced for everyone. TikToks are not regional, like I said, and anyone can really interact with it and engage with it. And what their interests are around the world can really determine what ends up on their For You page. So if you're showing food on your page, that can show up on everyone's accounts. You want to make sure that everything that you are posting is relevant to a global audience.
All right, thank you, Lauren and Conrad. It's Susan back again, and we are happy to entertain any questions. But before we do that, we just wanted to encourage you all to connect with us. Again, we are on TikTok as well as every other platform, as many of you are. So looking forward to connecting with you, and if we can assist you in any way with any of your social media please feel free to give us a call. But that does conclude our presentation. And again, really excited to be here and answer any questions you might have.
Great. Thanks so much, Susan. And you should be a proud mama. Conrad and Lauren are so well spoken, articulate, and bright. So great presentation, all three of you. So does anybody have questions? And feel free to pop up your videos so we can all say hi and see each other. Questions, or anybody thinking about using it and have very specific things, or have used it and how it worked out for you. Just so I think most of you have participated in this. Anyone who's new, we like these to be very conversational, and we're all about learning from each other. So anyone have any questions?
Remind me, what was the ideal length again?
So the ideal length would be, I would say, about a minute, maybe less. You can, again, I think in beta right now, you can go much longer than that. But think about bite-sized pieces. It's always about bite-sized pieces, and the shorter is usually more memorable and will probably get you more hits. Now, if it's an instructional kind of video, I would say break it down. I've seen some really good ones where if a person is kind of breaking down a difficult topic, they do it with numbers. So like the top 3 or the top 5, and then they actually put the script is there as well. So if people can't listen to the audio, they can just see what they're saying basically with the script. And those, typically are about 45 seconds or less than that. So, as Conrad mentioned, KISS, keep it simple, sweetheart. Bite-sized pieces are usually what get the most interaction.
Now is everything done in the app? All that, like, so the captions and things like that, like that's all available? Because I haven't tried it yet. I did just sign up for a TikTok account, and now it's going to start asking me. But yeah, so all of that is possible to do right in the app.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
They have an app editing feature, and you can add captions to your video, like closed captioning, so the words will appear like directly on the screen as you say it. It's not very accurate though, so if you're not speaking very clearly, it may misquote you in the captions, but you are able to go in and edit it the way that you choose. And you are able to add filters, edit clips, record multiple times. But because it is a mobile feature, it is a little bit more difficult to do it directly on the app. You are able to use other applications to edit video and upload it whenever you choose as well.
I'd just like to add to that real quick too. So in my experience with TikTok, it can be a bit labor intensive to create TikToks because they do need to be edited in the app. All of them to some degree, most of them entirely in the app. But it's important to keep in mind 2 things. One, TikTok is still somewhat in its infancy. So they're adding new features all the time. It's just this past month, they've added 3 new features. They've added 10-minute videos, scheduling posts, and there was one other one that we talked about earlier. But it's also important to remember that what you put into it is what you get out. If you are willing to devote a lot of time to editing your TikToks in app, you're going to probably receive a lot more benefit from that. If you just want to make a shorter video, those are always encouraged as well. They may not be as labor intensive. They may not get the same traction, but to answer your question, yes, most of the editing is done in app, and it can be a little bit tricky to understand at first, but you get out what you put in.
Carol, I see you're not muted. Did you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, I do. I love the TikTok, and we don't know that much about it. So today I found that very informative because we've got a lot of towns and we got a lot of the Gen X, Gen Z. So I'm going to follow everything you said. I think this is wonderful because, we're not there yet. And I think this is great that we had this program.
Thanks, Carol. Carla, not
Thank
to
you.
put you on the spot, but you said that the county is using it and Highlands is using it. Any kind of lessons learned or thoughts or trepidation or yay, it's wonderful? Coming out
No,
of
you
the
have
county and
to.
Highlands?
Hi.
Okay.
You
Sorry.
have to look at everybody. I mean, the county may be using it, but the county's not connected to all these towns. And I'm connected to Hudson County and Bergen County. So everybody's not doing it. But I love this, and I'm going to work with the counties to make this happen. And thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
So no problem, Courtney. And I just want to say that I'm loving this family business, and it was an excellent presentation. I thought that was really cool that you got on with your kids. I have kids that age, so excellent. So yes, we started using it in Middlesex County, and we do see an increase in followers and participants in our Instagram account. And then I'm involved with a nonprofit where I live in Highlands, and we started using it for some of our events back in January or February. We had some fundraisers that led up to a very big St. Patrick's Day parade. And it was the largest attendance on events and the most money we had raised for that parade in 20 years. So I do attribute it, we see our numbers climbing. So yeah, it's interesting. And I found this very informative. And I definitely think, at first some of the board members were like, well, you want to reach people with disposable income and this and that. But, honestly, the events, it's amazing how they grew just from a few videos. We did one per event. And I don't know if it was that or maybe people being, combination of people being, without events for so long. But we could see how many people are following and how the Instagram has increased. And that was just from a few videos. So now we're, we have a schedule and we're starting to do, I liked seeing the videos for, the Philly, that was great. And, Fringetown and some of the, I think that's how the organization should be using them. And I see Pam is on here. So I'm sure we're going to see a New Brunswick TikTok video real soon.
I hope so. They do great videos anyway. They should.
They
If they're
do.
not on TikTok.
Her videos are
hope they are.
better. Yeah, they're the best.
Now you're on the spot,
Yeah, I'll
Pam.
just pop in. Yeah. We already do TikTok.
Good.
So we have Chris Moore, who was on earlier. We do Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So we are active.
Okay, I'm going to follow you now.
And for
I will
both of
say
you, who is doing them? Who is the person? Like, this is my hang up is the technology and figuring it out. Like, so is it someone our generation, or do you have
No,
younger folk on
younger.
staff doing them? Yeah.
So Chris is on, and he does all of our social media.
Okay.
So he's our program coordinator.
Gotcha.
Hi, Chris.
So Chris, if you want to just
Hey, how you
pop
guys
in
doing
and
today?
say-
We've been doing it for a while. We are working with a third-party video person for a lot of the actual video aspect of it, to edit it. He will make it in different profile lengths so that we can use it for YouTube as well as TikTok and Reels. And then it's just using the generic, generic music from YouTube accessibility. So that's how we've been kind of doing it for the past couple months. I will also copy and share some people in town that do ones and then give them credit to kind of expand on the number of videos that we have going on. And I've been using the scheduler, I think since it came out in February.
Yes.
That's been helping out a little bit just because I've been testing out the different time periods of posting to try to see if there's anything that gets a little more influx, let's say if it's early in the morning or late at night type of aspects of it. But we have been flagged for a couple things already. We have a cigar shop which got flagged, and then even our head shops in town were also flagged, and I suspect the same thing will happen as cannabis comes into the city as well. So there's a couple businesses that we have to be careful of with promotion of them, just because TikTok won't allow that access. It doesn't seem to have any problems with alcohol,
Yeah.
but obviously the smoking or anything along that way, we've ran into issues for. So it's not able to be used where I can do that on Instagram without issue.
Gotcha. So yeah, with all the cannabis shops coming up, there'll be no promotion on TikTok of those.
No, unfortunately. So
I think with the ones, like, I know it's officially illegal today, but I think that's going to make a difference too, because he's right. They don't flag the alcohol.
Yeah.
So I think once it's,
I don't know. It depends because that's a
Um,
federal thing versus, just because it's allowed in New Jersey, Colorado, et cetera, it's still
Mm.
federally not allowed. So it might be
True.
a problem
True.
for the
the
foreseeable
algorithm
future.
is pretty touchy when it comes to more illicit things like marijuana and so forth. But there are more incognito ways that I've seen
Yeah.
that have gotten very creative on how to promote those things. Even just spelling it differently in the caption, like instead of saying we, WEED, saying we, like the French word for yes, with a D at the end. Promoting things in a very creative, interesting way, not just saying like this is exactly what it is, like come join us. Just more so like a wink wink kind of like cutesy way of promoting each individual thing, because they are businesses as well, so they shouldn't be left out of the mix of promotion.
We've got a question in the chat. How do you schedule a post?
Lauren, did you want to take that one?
I personally have not scheduled posts yet, but we can get back to you on this. You can, of course, in the chat I did see, you can go to tiktok.com to find out more. They do have step-by-step tutorials available as well, just for your own personal viewing.
I
Do you
don't
guys hook
believe
up?
you can.
go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No,
I
go Conrad.
don't believe you can post scheduled posts on the mobile app, but I believe you can do it. I've only seen it on the website, so I think you can schedule them on the website, just not on the mobile app.
yeah, you can do it through TikTok.com. There's a little icon in the top right. I think it looks more like a cloud, like it looks kind of like the upload symbol. You're only allowed to schedule 10 days in advance and up to 30 posts within those 10 days. That's the limits at right now.
Okay. And do any of the there's Hootsuite out there, Meet Edgar, blah blah blah. Can you schedule through those, or is TikTok not connected to those type of?
Hootsuite's
think
supposed
you-
to have an update coming. Right now, because I can do I can do Instagram stories, and that was an update they did a couple months ago. I think they sent out a survey maybe a month ago about getting TikTok involved with Hootsuite, because we use that as well. But right now, I've just been using directly through the TikTok website, because Hootsuite sometimes gets funky with some of those anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. There were some other questions that people had asked when they registered. So here's one. Are you able to measure foot traffic from views? Is there a way to set this up with the ad promotion section? And then a secondary question, how often should I be posting?
I can answer the second question. I think the first one may be a little bit more up Lauren's alley, but in terms of posting frequency, it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish with TikTok. So if you're just trying to get your brand out there, you're just trying to get a start, posting, as you would on any other platform would probably be ideal, talking maybe a few times a week. There are some bigger TikTokers, so you'll see that once you kind of get traction, you can see this with some TikTok celebrities or even just some moderate sized following on different accounts. They'll post up to 3 to 5 times a day. You don't have to do that, especially if you're just getting started. So you'll probably find a sweet spot of when to post and also how frequently you want to post as you start to get followers on your TikTok. But starting off, I would say probably a few times a week is ideal.
And you don't repeat content, right? Because it stays in there. Should it be different content every time you post?
So I mean, that's ideal is, you want to create as much original content as possible. Now, if you reuse a clip every once in a while, if you have a really dynamic clip of something that you want to reuse, or you could even repost stuff as you would on any other platform. I wouldn't encourage doing that too often because, again, TikTok rewards originality, it rewards original content.
Right. Which is kind of different, Susan, than what we think about sometimes with like Twitter. Sometimes you'll want to hit the same thing a couple or a few times at different times, at different days, so that you actually hit people. You don't want to do that in TikTok because then they'll say you're kind of unoriginal. Is that what I'm sensing? Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. And the more fresh and original content you have, the better. I mean, that's going to get more engagement. The app likes that as well. I just think that you have to think about this, more, it's more labor intensive. And I think Chris was alluding to this a little bit. He's using some other players, in his town to be able to keep things fresh and vibrant. But you kind of have to think about this a little bit deeper, I think, than the other platforms, because it isn't just as simple as taking a picture and posting it. Like, if you want a well done video, I mean, just like any video production, and all of you probably have some experience with this. I mean, it takes some time. And when you're doing it in the app, it takes more time. So, it's not like you just have a videographer that's able to go out and shoot some stuff and put it together for you. Like, somebody's got to put it together in the app. And it's, so it is a little bit more labor intensive. And also, if you're going to add captions and, just some graphics and whatnot, I mean, it can take some serious time. So it's not the kind of platform you can just jump on and hope for the best. You should, probably have a plan on how you're going to capture video in your towns and how you're going to keep it fresh, over the course of time. You can use images a bit. You can, more from a slideshow perspective, or throw an image in. But video is just going to keep it fresher and keep it, more, much more engaging. And keep in mind too that, most video, unfortunately, I think we've shot in the past has been horizontal. TikTok, it just doesn't look right on TikTok. So everything has to be vertical. So it's just a whole other facet of this that you need to keep in mind.
Awesome. Lauren, did you want to chime in about the kind of, I think it was kind of an analytics question, and then
Yeah,
the advertising. Yeah.
So TikTok does allow you to check your analytics. You can go through your profile, open settings, and under your account, you can choose creator tools, which you can view your analytics and all the different facets from there. Analytics vary per account, so I can't really give any metrics for that, but that is a way that you can view your analytics and see who's engaging with your posts and base your next TikTok off of those metrics.
Awesome. And how do the ads work? Does it just give you a boost, like you're more likely to be seen if you do an ad, or? And can you do it like, I'm used to Facebook ads, right? Where you can say, this is the demographics I want to hit and the specific location. Is that how it works on TikTok too?
It is similar on TikTok. It is it's broader reach too. I mean, like on Facebook, you are able to choose the demographics and the area and everything. But it is a little bit more, I'm trying to think of the right, like a little bit more nuanced, I guess, depending on what your target demographic is. They may only encounter posts that they are interested in. So if you're interested in a lot of like fitness content or animals and things like that, that content may be targeted more directly towards you just because of the way you interact with the algorithm. So if someone who is from an organization wants to reach a Gen Z audience in New Jersey, they may not have as much of a push as that more individual content would for those more specific places.
Got it. All right. Anyone else have any questions or anecdotes they want to share? If not, we're a little over an hour, and that's a nice amount of time. So I want to again thank Susan, Lauren, and Conrad. It was really awesome. Lots of great comments. Everybody appreciated it. For those still on, Susan is going to share the PowerPoint with me, so that will be up, and the video always gets posted as well. Just give me, a day or so to get it all down and then back up. So With that, any last things to say, Susan, Lauren, or Conrad, or?
Just thank you, Courtney. This again all originated from a conversation during the downtown New Jersey board meeting, where it was just kind of thrown out there to say, hey, we should probably be looking at doing something on TikTok, and Courtney threw the ball my way. And Courtney, thank you for the opportunity. And I just want to thank Conrad and Lauren again. They were integral in putting this presentation together, and obviously provide a very unique perspective of their generation.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. Everybody have almost a great weekend. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.